পশ্চিমবঙ্গতে খেলা হয়ে গেছে। মমতা দিদি বিজেপি এর ডবল ইঞ্জিন সরকারকে ধুল চাটিয়ে দিয়েছে। গ্রাম পঞ্চায়েতের ইলেকশনে তৃণমূল কংগ্রেস আবার জিতের দিকে অগ্রসর হচ্ছে। It certainly is a big day for Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, with trends suggesting Trinamool Congress is leading with a huge margin as counting of votes is underway for all important Bengal Panchayat polls. TMC is already leading in many of those seats, and the results are coming just a day after repolling was held across the 696 polling booths in 19 districts of the eastern state. Bengal Panchayat election saw a lot of bloodshed, with people losing their lives. As many as 18 people were killed on the day of polling itself, which was held on Saturday. A total of 5.67 crore people deciding the fate of 2.06 lakh candidates in the 73,000 seats of the all Gram Panchayats. Well, so gentlemen, let's quickly start the discussion, and for the benefit of the viewers and for you as well, let's just quickly talk about the latest numbers right now. We're looking at early trends showing TMC ahead in 1,218 seats out of the possible 3,317 seats. So that's pretty much halfway figure, halfway mark already. Now, looking at what Sambit Patra is saying, what the BJP is trying to allege, Suvedu Adhikari is of the opinion that this is already a court-monitored poll. We've seen the bombs go off at Diamond Harbour. We've seen that cop getting thrashed. Several arrests taking place. The bloodshed on polling day itself. I mean, with all of these factors, still you have the Trinamool Congress, which C.V. Ananda Bose, and we heard the governor just now, he says that these are political warlords, not taking names, of course. But what factors do you think are behind the fact that, TMC and Mamata Banerjee have again, sweep the panchayat polls?
Kabir, usually what happens is that the party which is in power, sweeps these kind of elections. The interesting part though is that, if you watch old Hindi movies where you see the local lord, ordering all the ballot papers and boxes being, taken away or taken to his haveli, make sure that all the ballots which have been cast and all, and we all thought that, this is exaggeration. And, how can this be possible? There's police, there's this and that. So anybody who had doubted this, we have truckloads of visuals which will further reinforce that the movie was rather somber than exaggerating. The second unfortunate part is, Kabir, that this kind of violence is something which is not unique or something which has not been done before. Almost all the panchayat elections and all, they have this violent streak. Elections in Bengal have this violent streak where we have seen hundreds of people dying, which is unbelievable, because right now what the figures which we have been given to understand is that more than 40 people have died in these elections, and the way ballot boxes have been looted, the ballot boxes have been set on fire, it's staggering. But yes, despite and there were also friction between the State Election Commission and the BSF, which has been deployed there to make sure that the election went free and fair and all. Despite all of this, and given the fact that it was also a high prestige, high octane drama for the BJP, the figures which we are getting right now is that Mamata Banerjee is looking for a complete landslide victory because of the 1,500 or 1,550 seats which have been given for the BJP right now. The figures can change, so I'm not saying that this is the last figure. Is somewhere in the range of 200 and some 70-80 seats, odd seats, BJP is ahead. So I think it looks like it's going to be landslide Mamata Banerjee.
And Karthikeya, how do you assess the impact of the violence? These visuals that we're seeing, the smoke billowing over these rural areas, cops being thrashed, country bombs at various polling centers, the violence on polling day. I'm again reiterating that. How do you assess the impact of that violence and bloodshed during the elections and the electoral outcome that we're seeing? It's quite out there in the open. Again, it's a TMC victory.
See, there are a couple of things here. First of all, let's focus on the violence issue. TMC is on verge of sweeping the election. You see, if we look at the data, you have roughly 3,317 Gram Panchayat seats. Out of that, 1,218 TMC is ahead, BJP is in 288, Congress in 136, left is in 109. So the issue here is that the TMC has simply able to assert itself. It is inching towards a 50% mark. But we also have to remember that why these polls have become very, very violent in nature. One, because West Bengal is a rural society. Panchayat polls are always held a year before the assembly polls. So Panchayat polls become a precursor to what happens in the assembly elections. Secondly, resources in rural areas are controlled through Panchayat. Industry is not there.
Right.
So the heat or the pressure to win Panchayat is even more. In states like Maharashtra, the pressure is on cooperatives. See, why cooperatives is important? Because the local and the rural economy of Maharashtra is organized around cooperatives. Panchayat is important, cooperative is even more important. Because through cooperative, you also organize the banks. So that is why Sharad Pawar and all these leaders came from the cooperative movement. In West Bengal, Panchayat plays the same role. In 2008, Mamata Banerjee and Congress were able to bring down the victory margin of left front under Mr. Bhattacharya from 85% to 50%. And in 2009, Singur happened and then they lost power. It was very simple. They lost the rural support. So BJP here is not behaving like an urban party. BJP wants to behave like a rural party. So, you have lot of heat in these rural areas. So violence which you see is a reminder of the limitation of politics in West Bengal, which is that you do not have enough resources to be divided among people. So they keep on fighting at the rural area. Panchayat, you control fisheries, you control forest land, you control Narega funds, you control local infrastructure fund, local road fund. So many things get
Actual
controlled.
money in the hand.
Actual money in the hand because of the distribution. So that is why it becomes so violent. And because it's also closer to the assembly elections and BJP wants to create some sort of a headway, so the battle is pitched. Left cadres have melted into Bharatiya Janata Party. BJP has not created a homegrown cadre. Left cadre has melted into BJP. So you have the original fight remains. It is the original fight. The only thing is that the symbols of political parties have changed. It used to be between Congress party and the left. Then came TMC and now the BJP has come. But the fight over land remains. So we have to understand the reason of violence in West Bengal from a structural point of view. And then you also have a history in Bengal, in terms of pre-colonial revolutionary politics. Ultimately, if you look at the seeds of Naxalite movement, they started in Naxal, Charu Majumdar. Where did it start? The revolutionary ideas. So I'm not saying that West Bengal sort of pushes violent sort of politics. No, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the edge in its politics has its cultural roots in the politics of West Bengal. It becomes manifestly very ugly when it comes to the Panchayat.
And Brijesh, there was real high voter turnout this time around. Large number of seats and candidates involved as well. It was actually quite funny that you saw, Bharatiya Janata Party candidates inside their own headquarters saying that we won't come out, boss. We're going to get killed. We're going to get shot. We're going to sit right here. And many people also, the community was divided. They were of the opinion that this is also drama done by the Bharatiya Janata Party. But there's larger voter turnout. What does this showcase about, the broader political landscape of West Bengal itself?
I think, part of it has already been told by Karthikeya as to why winning these elections is important, because, you get to control the money. You also get to control the lowest strata in the sense that the lowest denominator as far as election machinery is concerned. So you are in a position to, offer incentives. If you vote for a particular party, your party has power in hand to ensure that, their works are done, which can be which can be locally seen and all, and also results in the effective victory. And I think, why this is very, very important is Kabir, that 2024 is less than a year now.
Right.
And in 2019, BJP pulled, now many people talk about it, but BJP pulled off one of the most spectacular victory, not anywhere, but in West Bengal. Party place where they were non-existent, they won 18 Lok Sabha seats out of 42. Now that has become such a big challenge for the BJP to retain, that they cannot allow it to go, because any seat less means your number of seats less in your Lok Sabha tally. And right now BJP is only thinking of 2024, because you have to win 2024 to further reinforce your might across the land. And West Bengal is one such area where if you are able to take it upwards, it remains unconquerable for the BJP, like the South is, and they would want to win West Bengal so as to expand its political footprints, like Kashmir se Kanyakumari tak kind of a situation.
Right.
So that's the reason why those 18 seats are the reason why BJP is giving it
Regional
its
wise
all
also
go.
they would love it. Because Northeast is also something that they're
See,
focusing on as well.
they would love it, but right now we're talking of numbers. Right now the most exciting thing is the numbers for the BJP, and everything else pales into significance.
And because of those 18 Lok Sabha seats that you're talking about, it was because of that Mamata Banerjee made it a prestige issue, and we're looking at this picture in the last assembly elections as well.
Absolutely. That is the reason why Mamata gave it all she had, because, for a regional party, if you allow a party like BJP, which is there at the center with absolute majority, with its full might working 24/7 election machinery, they would have just eaten up. That is how it happens. And that is the reason why, one of the big reason why that turnaround by Mamata Banerjee in the assembly election is seen as a massive fight back to the BJP. And this is the reason why this time Mamata Banerjee would not want to lose the Lok Sabha election.
Right. Karthikeya, another factor at play over here is that of the governor versus the chief minister. We've got CV Ananda Bose, and this is something that has irked Mamata Banerjee as well. Why are you, acting like a politician? Why are you doing political duties? CV Ananda Bose was in the national capital recently. He met with Amit Shah. He submitted a proper pre-poll violence report. He again went to South Paraganas 24 to take stock of the situation of how counting is happening. All of this is not really going down well with the TMC, especially Mamata Banerjee. How are you looking at the larger political implications of this tussle? It was Jagdeep Dhankar erstwhile, before CV Ananda Bose, and now it's Ananda Bose. The characters are changing, but the script remains the same.
Governors in our political system, when they belong to parties with total majority, they work and behave very differently. Governors, when they are part of coalition, they behave very differently. So, we have a party with a simple majority, so these governors will behave very differently. These governors will behave when Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister, so they would behave like that. They will harass the Chief Minister, they will try to create a parallel line. Governors would behave very differently under Vajpayee, they would behave very differently under Manmohan Singh, because the governments were shaky, you required political support. So the governments were functioning in the name of federal structure of this country. Now the governments are not functioning in the name of federal structure of the country. The government today is functioning in the name of cultural nationalism. So it doesn't require, so the virtue of federal structure doesn't remain. See, even the fight between the Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party.
I'm sorry, I'm just disturbing you because, interrupting you. There's a news which is coming in. It's not 100% confirmed, but it has been reported by two of the national dailies, by Hindustan Times and by Financial Express. And it is big if it is true, is that BJP has won the Gram Panchayat seat in Nandigram, where Subhendu Adhikari had voted. So I think that Nandigram ghost is not leaving Mamata Banerjee despite her effective victory.
मतलब आप कहने का मतलब ये है कि बाकी सब जीत जाती हैं, नंदीग्राम हार जाती हैं. ठीक है, चलिए, मतलब जिससे कह सकते हैं फूल के साथ कांटे भी मिल रहे हैं, गुलाब भी मिले ममता बनर्जी को, लेकिन गुलाब के साथ कांटे भी होते हैं, फूल और कांटे. There was a film also, फूल और कांटे, but well, another conversation on फूल और कांटे. So what was I saying?
We're talking about the governor, the federal structure.
Governor. So, when we talk about governors, the governors have always been interfering when, you have a government. And I was talking about the federal structure.
Right.
The fight between the opposition, BJP, is even on the nature of the federal structure. Rahul Gandhi has been trolled for saying that India is a union of states. And the BJP has been saying, boss, you misunderstand the basic unity of this country because it's a nation. So, I mean to say, West Bengal polls are important because you have elections in 2024. West Bengal polls are important because Mamata is fighting alone. She is not only fighting BJP, Mamata is also fighting left and Congress combined. See, Mamata is a critic of Bharatiya Janata Party. But Mamata Banerjee is also not part of the opposition-led front.
Which is exactly
She's
what
a
I was
loner.
coming to next.
So we have to understand, and now Mamata cannot be a kingmaker also. Mamata is not in a kingmaker position also. So Mamata Banerjee has to fight to retain West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee wanted a party to expand. She gambled in Goa, she gambled in Tripura, she politically gambled in Assam. She thought that she would be able to tackle Bengali diaspora, or she would be able to create a party like Aam Aadmi Party in Goa, a progressive party. But it just didn't happen. Even the Bengalis in Northeast, they didn't vote for a Bengali party. They voted for Bharatiya Janata Party.
Right.
So Mamata Banerjee is now fighting on her turf, for her turf and for her political future. But yes, in this fight, Mamata Banerjee ne khel kar diya. Mamata Banerjee is ahead. And if this continues, if the trend continues, then I can say that Mamata Banerjee is sweeping the poll. If this trend continues, if something happens, I would say if some turn of event takes us by surprise at 5 p.m., then it's a different story. I'll cut a sorry figure on Pankaj Mishra's show.
Well, you would have to, Karthik, because Shubhendu Adhikari says that he is going to approach the court, and the minute some politician says that the court is being approached, you can say that that particular politician, more likely so than more times than not, is already on the back foot. But this sweeping victory, doesn't this solidify Mamata Banerjee's position in that opposition unity? I mean, she will play whatever part she will play. That position does get solidified a little. She'll get more confidence that it's a sweeping victory yet again.
I honestly don't think so that this results of Gram Panchayat and all will reinforce or solidify Mamata Banerjee's position, because I think what will solidify her position is going to be how many Lok Sabha seats she wins. Because right now she has won an absolute majority, crossed 200 in the third tenure in the assembly election, and Lok Sabha elections are around the corner. I think what is going to solidify the opposition unity, as I've been saying time and again, is the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI. And the fact is that majority of those opposition leaders, the top leaders of the opposition parties, are under ED scanner. In the case of Trinamool, you have Abhishek Banerjee's political successor to Mamata Banerjee, his wife, and a couple of other very senior BJP TMC leaders who are directly in the ED dragnet, and that is what is going to, I think, form or shape the contours of the opposition unity in 2024. What is going to make Mamata Banerjee very strong is the kind of leeway Mamata Banerjee provides as far as the opposition program is concerned, the opposition unification program is concerned, and how many Lok Sabha seats she win in 2024.